Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome all participants today who have joined for the webinar consulted by International Relations Cell. So I will just open the presentation now. Chalu. Okay. So everyone can see the screen. देखा स्क्रीन देखा क्या? Okay. So welcome all. I'm from International Relations Cell. My name is Vikin Patel. I am an IRSC officer over here. So I will just give a quick guide about what IRC services has been provided over here. So as you can see over here, like IRC is providing international experience to students since 2013. So every year we provide opportunity to more than 300 students for an international exposure. Also, we provide virtual experience to students under short-term programs or semester exchange programs to France, Germany, Russia. Recently also, like some of our PU students have been went to Germany for the exchange program. And in the International Relations Cell, we have just begun the study abroad desk over here, which we able to send our students to Canada, UK, Australia, Germany, and many more countries for study for a study purpose. So over here in the study abroad, we provide different types of services. Like as you can see over here, like we start from the counseling solutions, one-to-one counseling to each and every students who has an inquiry about study abroad. Also, we advise and assistance regarding their academics with proper guidance to follow which course they can go for, which country we can assist them according to their academic records. Also, there is a linguistic center over here. We provide IELTS, French, and German coaching classes over here. So after this process, we just start our admission application for the country like Australia, Canada, and everything with their academic documents. And till the post-landing service we provide to our students. So these are some basic highlights of the study abroad as I told before. Like we start from the career counseling, then university and course option we provide to our students. After that, like IELTS and language coaching done. After that, from admission process to the pre-departure session we provide to our PU students. So basically, like this was just a highlight of our ICA department, which is located behind the admin block, where you can visit anytime and inquire for any countries you like to go for the higher studies. And basically today's webinar we have conducted for the Australia, like for opportunities for higher studies in Australia. So we'll start like why like students want to go for the study in Australia. So like the basic main four factors like why they should choose Australia, not other countries. So Australia provide the world-class education, have best student cities over there, getting good scholarship from the universities as well as from the private colleges. And from the last year before like COVID, like there were 2.5 million international alumni over there. So these are like Australia states and capitals. Like Australia is divided into 6 states and 2 territories. Like as you can see, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth are the capital. And most of the students like they prefer to go Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Adelaide for study. As Sydney is on number one for the study purpose, so most of them they prefer for the Sydney only. So we'll just talk about like bit of what about like what's Australia like basic knowledge about Australia. Like Australia is the sixth largest country in the world, which has the large land area. Like compared to like if we equivalent five like uh, land area space of India is equivalent to one Australia. So it's bigger in land, but the population is lowest as compared to the Gujarat. So we have more opportunities over there after study because there's manpower is very less over there. Also, there is a high visa success rate under streamlined visa process for quality profiles. Like normally for the PU students, like they are graduating from here and straight away they can apply for the student visa because we got multiple intakes over there. So there is a very high visa success rate under SPP. As we see, there is a safe learning environment, multicultural society because most of like from different countries come to study in Australia from India, China, Canada, New Zealand. So multicultural society we can see, but compared to like other European countries where there is a language barrier or anything, you cannot see any difference in Australia as like it's an English speaking country. So everyone has a same language over there who can communicate between them. And the talking about climate, like it's similar like India, but it's more warmer than India. So there is only two weather, summer and winter over there. Monsoon is like every year, like doesn't have any proper season in monsoon over there. Standard of living and cost is viable, a bit high, but like getting the pay rate compared to different countries is very high, so it's viable in Australia. Part-time job opportunities are available over there. Also, IELTS, TOEFL, PT, Cambridge scores are acceptable over there in Australia. So these are some popular studies areas where like students want to focus like which field we need to choose, where need to go after completing the studies. So basically these are some of the major courses where Australia are focusing like arts and social science, architecture, business, education and social work, IT, medicine, law, science. So I'll just talk about the university in Australia. Like there are total 42 Australian universities and 1100 of private colleges, and from which two are private. Bond and Notre Dame are the private universities. So all 42 Australian universities are public research-based universities. So everyone can have a good opportunity to study in the best Australian universities over there. The higher education sector consists mainly of universities, as I told before. And Australia, there are top 8 universities from group of 8, which is count in the world, and Australia is one of them, having some of the universities which are in group of 8. And most of the university come under SVP, that is streamlined visa process. So it's very high success rate for India. Indian students like they can apply for university option and get the visa easily. Compared to 42 universities, 7 Australian universities come in top 100 universities worldwide, and 21 Australian universities come in top 400 as per the world ranking, QS world ranking. So also there is a big benefit for PU students, like they can get an Australian university which are recognized in the top 100 universities worldwide. So before starting for the visa process, as we see, like there is an English language requirement. Like if you go to Canada, USA, Australia, New Zealand, you need to have an IELTS compulsory. Where in some of the countries like German, France, the French and German are required. So as you can see that these are the table over here, like from 5 bands till 9 bands, how the scores has been calculated for TOEFL and PTE. So for getting an admission, students should get minimum 6 bands overall to 6.5, not less than 5.5 in each module. So they can get easily admission on these bands. So major problem for students is to pass this IELTS exam because most of them, they don't receive good bands and don't have an opportunity to get the admission in the universities. So there is an good option over here, like students can go in the university in Australia with 6 band overall as well, same as with the TOEFL and PT also. As IELTS and PT is nearly similar. PT is just a computer based exam and IELTS is a written exam, as each university has different parameters to check the equivalence of TOEFL and PT. So it depends on the university, what requirements are there for their IELTS and PT to get the admissions. So there's another option, like if students don't receive 6 bands in IELTS, still, like for example, if they get a 5.5 overall, still they have another option in Australia where they can go for LE course, English course, which is for 10 weeks to 20 weeks duration. So like for example, like if you go for 6 months LE course, after that you need to continue your diploma study, bachelor study or master studies, and still need to clear your IELTS after that to get the permanent residency. But getting low bands in IELTS, still you have an option with the LE course, but we don't prefer like to go with the LE course, because students should be focused on IELTS, because after completing of their studies, they can they need to apply for the PR. So they need 7 each band in each module. So better they can start preparing from starting, they can have a good score at the end of their studies. So this is just a basic academic pathway programs for UG programs. Like students need to score 60 to 64% in higher secondary board. Then only they can be offered these programs. Like these programs are diploma leading to degree programs, D2D, which is for 1 year diploma and 2 years for bachelors. So basically in 3 years, you guys can complete bachelor programs in Australia. So one major thing, like you should be worrying, like does a Australian university offer scholarships? So yeah, most of the universities offer scholarship, but depends on the academic record, how your academic background is. If your academic backgrounds are much higher compared to uh, your classmates, definitely you will be getting 10 to 25% of scholarship on academic scores of your programs. So talking about the gap issue, like students who has a gap, but this is the second scenario. For PU students, I don't think like a gap should be major problem, because after completing their studies, they can easily move on to Australia without any gap issue. This is for the students who have already passed out from PU and want to go to Australia for study. They should have specific gap filling, where like documentary evidence need to be submitted like within a 1 year or 2 year what they have done over here in India, so that we can apply through that documents evidence, we can apply for the university program. As like I can see like what evidence of gaps are accepted by the Australian universities. Like normally like work experience certificate are required with salary slip and account statement. If students are doing internship, still we need internship certificates, but there is no salary proof required because it's an internship, so you get a voluntary certificate for that. Also, if there is any medical issue, like you can go for medical certificate and can submit that one. So मोस्ट ऑफ लाइक सभी स्टूडेंट्स को यही टेंशन होगा कि मेरे बैकलॉग्स में कितने एक्सपेक्ट करूँगा कि मुझे एडमिशन ऑस्ट्रेलिया में मिल जाए। तो आप जैसे देख सकते हो कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया में नॉर्मली 8 to 15 बैकलॉग्स यूनिवर्सिटी एक्सेप्ट करती है। सम ऑफ दम यूनिवर्सिटी लाइक जेम्स कुक यूनिवर्सिटी एंड सीक्यू यूनिवर्सिटी एक्सेप्ट 20 to 30 बैकलॉग्स। बट दैट डजंट मीन कि हमको बैकलॉग ज़्यादा है तो और आएगी तो कोई टेंशन नहीं, हम अप्लाई कर सकते हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए। नो, इफ in this scenario, if you are having a good academic, scholarship chances are more to get, so better like ये अवॉइड करना चाहिए सिचुएशन बैकलॉग की। So this is just a basic Australian university fund requirement. The figure is not fixed, it's just an approx costing over here. If you start from the IELTS coaching, like 5,000 rupees for PU students over here, we provide them. After that, like IELTS exam, it costs you 14,000 approx. For university 2 year costing in Australia is $48,000, like nearly 27 lakh rupees. Living cost is compulsory. It's Australian $21,000. Like in Indian rupees, it's nearly 1,20,000 approx. So airfare, visa fees, medical insurance, everything will be like 150, 170 lakh. So total expense will be like 30 lakhs rupees from IELTS coaching till post landing over there. And plus on top of that, you get a scholarship, depends on your academic. Also, you can work over the 20 hours a week or 40 hours a fortnight. So basically, if students have 1 week class and 1 week off, so you can work 40 hours a week over there. So in fortnight, you need to work 40 hours at the end. So before starting, like for the procedure, we need to check like how we gonna sponsor our funds for the living cost and everything. So there are multiple options like for which funds has been expected by the Australian universities, like education loan, balance in saving bank account, FDs. If there is a PFP, a public provident fund, you can go for all of these four options. Just a second. Sorry guys, just had a problem with the PowerPoint, so Okay, so for the education loan, you need to go with the nationalized bank. Then only the education loan is provided, and it should be a nationalized bank. So Australian University accept only nationalized bank education loan. So for that, you need to go for the mortgage of your property. There should be some security. Then only you can get the education loan for that. So these are some documents which required during the funding provided. If like you guys have a sponsor, like father, mother is providing the fund, then that should be ITR compulsory with minimum 5 to 6 lakhs. Also, PAN card, passport, election card, Aadhaar card, driving license, any one of them is mandatory. Without that, the university will not accept your offer and they will not proceed with the your conditional offer letter for that. So talking about the recent, if you have a doubt like recent funds accept hota hai ya nahi, minimum it should be 3 months old fund. If there is in your bank account like FD everything, minimum should be 3 months old. Then only you can go further to proceed for your funds. So talking about SSVF, what is SSVF? It's a process for visa. What Australian government has made on 2016 is simplified student visa framework to make the visa process simple. Like you need to just create an IME account and we can apply through that IME account. Everything is being lodged online. All your documents. Sorry, is there something error with the laptop? So okay, so SSVF पे था मैं. So it's a process like for visa purpose we immigration department of Australia ने ये simplified student visa framework रखा है ताकि हम ईमी अकाउंट से लॉगिन करके हम खुद ही फाइल लॉन्च कर सकते हैं. जैसे कि हम रजिस्टर स्टडी अब्रॉड ऑफिसर ही कर सकते हैं ये चीज़. सो इट्स मोर सिंपलर देन कंपेयर टू एनी अदर कंट्रीज. नो मच मोर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन रिक्वायर्ड, nothing much. It's just a simple, we received the offer letter from the university, all funds are being accepted by the university. So the simple process, all the from A to Z documents we need to lodge on our IME account, and straight away within like 4 to 5 weeks maximum we receive our visa. So before that, like we need to book a pre-medical test over here, and that's also for that we need require a HEP ID. It's a 7-digit unique code, and makes your like a HEP ID compulsory here for your future stay also in Australia, because with that only like your health records are maintained till if you become a citizen. सो ये हैप आईडी हमेशा एक 7 डिजिट का जो आपके साथ रहेगा वो फ्रॉम गेटिंग अ स्टूडेंट वीज़ा टिल सिटीजन इट्स मैंडेटरी. सो विद दैट हैप आईडी इज कंपल्सरी. So, like, if married applicants allowed to apply for a student visa in Australia. So, if the students who are already passed out, who are already having a 1 year, 2 year work experience or doing internship of our PU, they should have, if they have done marriage, they should have at least 1 year of old marriage, and we need a proof like a marriage certificate and some of the photographs. Also the profiles of the applicant should be good, and on that basis like we will apply the applicant's spouse visa, and they both can go together on a student base and on a dependent visa. So on student base, like student can study and also can work 20 hours a week. Also the spouse can work for 40 hours like a full time a week. So it's a benefit if you go with your spouse. So after completing all this with the student visa, how you can eligible for PR visa? Like there is a point system in Australia. Like you need at least 65 points under point grade to get the PR. So like the 65 points are calculated in different categories. Like for your age, for your language proficiency, as I told you before, you need 7 each in every module to get the PR file. Also your health and character, as I told you, the HEP, due to the HEP ID, everything has been tracked by the Australian immigration. So with the health, also you should be with good health and character. Also within after studies, you get a 2 years post study work visa. So during that 2 years visa, you need to find your own field job and get an experience later. On that basis, plus IELTS, you can easily file for your PR. And PR you can get for the 5 years. After that, you can renew your PR if you're not want to have a citizenship. You can go for PR every 5 years. You need to renew. So what are the like main positive points after getting a PR? Like there are a couple of benefits where you can get uh, benefits after getting PR. Like you get a better employment opportunities, higher pay, and as if you compare with any other countries like Canada, UK, New Zealand, USA, the pay rate is very much higher in Australia. Like minimum, it's 18 to $20 a week. Sorry, 18 to $20 per hour pay. Also, free medical and schooling for you, for your childrens and for your family. All your family members can become PR. It allows your spouse to work in Australia. If all goes good, then like you can become a citizen. As I told you, after 5 years you can apply for the citizenship. There is an exam for that. After clearing that exam, you need to you can get the citizenship, which benefits like more than 160 plus countries without visa. So Australian passport is also having a good ranking in top 10 of world ranking passport. So after completing this, I will just start from the starting. Like first of all, you need to start IELTS. So what we guys are providing over here in PU, a study abroad, like we have a 5,000 rupees of IELTS coaching. Normally there is a 10,000, but we give 5,000 rupees scholarships to our PU students. If you go outside the PU, like different agents, there's 10,000 to 12,000 rupees costing for your IELTS coaching. What benefits you get over here? You get 50 sessions plus 1 year membership. If you go to different consultants or different agents, you get 2 to 3 months of uh, membership only. Also over here, the maximum batch size is 25, and if you go with the different, like you get more than 40 students in a class. Also study material, we provide you 3 books for classwork plus 13 books for practice, and it's totally free. Also the mock test, it's minimum 5 plus we you can go for free many more mock tests, where on other side you don't, it's just only 3 mock tests provided. Also batch repetition is free. Like if you want to attend multiple batches, you can go for that also, and it's totally free. One-to-one personal counseling has been done by our tutors. So if there is any doubts or any personal attention need to be given, definitely you can continue and come over at our study abroad and you can go for it. So these are some features for linguistic study program. You get in-campus online coaching, offline coaching. Currently, online coaching is going on, so you can immediately join and start getting your IELTS coaching. You get a personal attention. We have certified tutors. Exam-oriented course means like you get the study material and you get the proper guidance from our tutors. What exam has to be conducted in IELTS. So these are some our IELTS success stories who have just passed out, and most of them have applied for the visa and half of them have already in study abroad. So this is my contact details. As you can just take a screenshot, take a number. You can come anytime in the IRC department. Ask for me, ask for other officers. We can guide you for not for Australia only, for Canada, UK, USA. We have many more opportunities for PU students for study exchange programs, pathway programs. So this was just a basic guide regarding the Australia study. So like if anyone have any questions, like they can just put in the chat box.